heard of these stories. I've heard of people share testimonies on Redemption Campground, and even during Shiloh, you know, on so many occasions where people say they got pregnant without their periods, and or they got pregnant even after menopause became menopause, menopause starts, you know, all those things. And then, you know, I believe those testimonies, but then you don't know like the depth of the testimony until it becomes your reality, you know. And that is why I'm so thankful. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Abiola Adefe. If you're new here, you can call me Abiola by Grace, Abby, or Abiola. Okay, if this is your first time of watching me, thank you so much for stopping by. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, subscribe to my channel, share with your friends and your loved ones. Don't forget the notification bell as well. And to my returnees, thank you so much for always coming to watch me. I do not take it for granted, guys. Okay, yes, so on today's episode, it's about my pregnancy journey. You guys, we are pregnant. Pregnancy announcement, announcing itself. Yeah, so I'm thankful for this. And beyond the announcement is also like sharing my testimony. So it's story time. You guys are here to hear gist, as we are all pregnant and we are surprised. I'm sure many of you, it's quite surprising to you guys, like it's coming as a surprise, and to some they guessed much and the likes. For me, it was a surprise as well, and I'm here to share the surprise with you guys. Okay, so if you're interested in knowing so much more about this, keep watching. Yeah, so entering into 2021 I found out I was pregnant. And this pregnancy came as a surprise, like I said, because I was still expecting my period, because I had not seen my period for like a year and a few months actually. And I was thinking, in fact, I was quite worried, you know, because after I stopped breastfeeding my baby, and I didn't see my period throughout the breastfeeding process, and most people said it was going to return after. Then afterwards, period refused to come. And so I started researching, and I discussed with my doctors, and then they said, because prior to getting married, which is going to be another story, they had diagnosed the person they thought was me with PCOS. And I remember growing up, my period wasn't usually regular, actually, but then not for over 1 year, right? So I hadn't seen my period, and then I found out that I was pregnant. So pregnancy with no period, it is still happening, guys. You know, I've heard of these stories. I've heard of people share testimonies on Redemption Campground, and even during Shiloh, you know, on so many occasions where people say they got pregnant without their periods, and or they got pregnant even after menopause became menopause starts, you know, all those things. And then, you know, I believe those testimonies, but then you don't know like the depth of the testimony until it becomes your reality, you know. And that is why I'm so thankful that, you know, I have this miracle child coming, you know, and I do not even take it for granted, because before the pregnancy, before I found out I was pregnant, I remember I was really worried about my period, because yes, most definitely we were looking forward to having siblings, like having to Zoe, my first daughter, having siblings, but then we weren't we hadn't said it was immediately, or however, we're still in the process of figuring out, okay, you know, how and whatever. And then, you know, I mean, it's also when you know you have your period, you're menstruating, that you can actually plan. But my God is the one that plans better. He's the one that has the best plans in his ways. His ways are not our ways, you know. So while I was there being worried about my period and the likes, apparently I was already pregnant, because I didn't find out until I think I was almost 2 months into the pregnancy when I found out I was pregnant. And I remember I was even really I was worried, because some weeks, or the week I found out, I was there taking my cappuccino, my French vanilla anyhow, and you know how they talk about caffeine and pregnancy. You know, I was there really worried about that because I didn't know, and then I was just eating anyhow, you know, just living my life as if it was just me, you know. Yeah, so just to let anybody who has been told that you cannot get pregnant, tell them that it is a lie, because they did not create you, okay? They did not create you. They cannot create you. If they tell you, oh, it's PCOS, people are getting pregnant with PCOS. People are conquering. In fact, God has helped me to conquer PCOS. He conquered it the first time, and I'll probably share that story on another episode. My journey to marriage, you know, when I found out infertility issues a month before my wedding and she was scratching my head. That's going to be another story. And then, so, you know, God conquered it the first time. He did it the first time, he's doing it the second time. And if we want to go even up onto 10 times, he's going to keep conquering it. Do you understand? He has even conquered it already. So no matter what they've told you, that fertility, you have this, you have that, throw it away, please. Put it aside. And I know that this is part of why God actually made this happen, because for some of us, we are the voices of our generation. We are the ones that God will want to use. God will use our mouths, you know, to testify of the goodness of his goodness in our lives, so that people can know that there is still possibilities with him. For some, you are the hand. For some, you are the eyes. For some, you are the ears. You know, for some, yes, you're the ears because you hear and then you probably but for some of us, we experience it. Hallelujah. And then when we experience the glory, we got to share it with our mouth. So that is why, you know, beyond this pregnancy announcements, beyond, you know, coming here to show you my bump, is also to encourage you that, see, if you're believing God for pregnancy, he will do it. He will do it, and he will blow your mind with it, because God is really blowing my mind with this pregnancy, with the assistance. Oh my goodness, God, I am thankful. So he will blow your mind with it, and he will do it beyond your expectation. Take your word, whatever word God has given you, whatever word God gave you, even before pregnancy or before getting into marriage, hold on to it. He gave me different words. He said so many things on my journey to marriage, and I'm still holding on to many of those things. And even beyond pregnancy, and one thing I have noticed about pregnancy and why God is also particular, see, forget the devil, the enemy might be trying whatever. God has his plan. He knows certain things that he's birthing in you, with you, even as you birth the children that he's bringing to this world. These children are his, and he's just using our body as instruments of his glory. So if you're out there, I want you to take it that God who did it for one, he will do it for all. He's no respecter of person. Take this testimony, pray with it, speak to it, that you, God, that did it for Abiola, you did it for her once, second time. God, and even in a miraculous way, you know, tell him he's going to do it. Praise your way into it. Praise your way into this pregnancy. Praise your way into that which you're believing God for. And I know of a truth that my God will show up for you. All right, that's it on this episode. I'll definitely give you guys some other episodes on, you know, my journey, you know, how this pregnancy journey is different from the previous one, and, you know, other things I'm led to share with you all. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Until another time with me, take care and be safe.